guys, welcome back to the PondRats homestead and channel. Today we're really excited to show you our garden shed. I asked Mikey to build me a garden shed and he did me one better. He built me one that also doubles as a off-grid water system for my garden. So we're super excited to show you guys this today. Here we go. Okay, here we have our garden shed. Just gonna get you a closer look at that. Painted a little PondRats logo right there for aesthetic purposes. As you can see, inside of here, we have all of our tool storage. And it provides some shade. I'm gonna hand the camera to Mikey now so he can go over the ins and outs of how he built this.
This is our tool staging area. There's a 300-gallon IBC tote. There's a 55-gallon rain barrel tote. See here, the tool shed staging area is going to have a roof, hopefully, and depending on how much rain we can catch, we'll have a little rain catchment system running down into the IBC tote and hopefully fill from there, so we're not using electricity in the pump to constantly fill the rain barrel. Got a little progress coming, about to cut sheet metal, get some tin on here, and then we're gonna put a gutter off this outside edge and run a little PVC into this IBC tote for some extra water storage just for gardening. So I'll get some sheet metal up. I'm about to cut, measure, and use my little, I'm sure you've seen these. It doesn't work as well as the videos like to pretend, but it does work, and it does make quick work of cutting the tin. So there's a little technique to it, but it's worth, I think, the 15 bucks I paid, because I've cut a lot of it so far. There'll be a lot more to cut. We started out with this little cedar beam that I cut off the property and lag bolted it to these swaying pines. So it's not a perfect science. You got a little bit of sway because they are pines, but we just love the spot and it's so close to the garden. And so far we've had some pretty windy days, and I try to build it so it will sway and not tear the structure apart. And so far it's done really well. So all right, got all the roof finished. This is what she looks like. Sorry for the unstable camera there. There we go. There's underneath. Now we got more area to hang our tools once we get some more, you know, equipment hooks, stuff like that. But and here she is, little garden shed roof. It's all done. I mean, we got some more hooks and some more space, hang some more tools, but you know, we got to shine up. I mean, boom, put the stamp on it. Yeah, so you can see it's just kind of free floating. I just built these triangle arms and drilled into the pines, and you can see there's a lot of coverage actually, you know, with the tops of the pines, but you'd be surprised with this size roof. I think it's about 5 by 8, and how much water it fills. Here's our 330-gallon IBC tote, pretty cheap on Facebook Marketplace. Never had real drinking water, just always gardening stuff, and people get rid of that pretty cheap. So it's over 200 gallons, and I'll show you the gutter system. We had some leftover PVC pipe. I think this is like 2 inches, and so I made a lateral cut all the way down the middle of it with a circular saw so it would slide over the edge of the tin roof. And the reason I did that is because it was cheap. I thought it was pretty cool, and it blocks out a lot of the trash. Not all of it, but a lot of it. So that goes into this corner, and then that comes into the tote through this little aluminum, I think this is a dryer hose, Again, stuff we had laying around, but because it was flexible and I was setting the system up with the tote already where it was, it just really worked for us. And I hadn't changed it yet. I may not. And if you look in here, you saw the watering system episode, another sock filter. These are really good for blocking out all kind of stuff. And I just drilled a hole. Just put that big enough for the sock filter ring here. And you wedge it down, and the hose fits right in. And the most exciting part about it is probably gonna be how we power the watering hose with this pump. Here's a 12 volt, 72 watt water pump that I got on eBay. I think I got 2 of them for like $20. A little bit of hose. That's actually the inlet side, so that pulls from the tank, and you can always cut. I didn't have the adapters yet for this tote. As you can see, you would have it normally just coming out of here with the 3/8 or 1/2 inch hose bib or whichever you have. We didn't have that at the moment, and I don't worry about this tote so much. So I cut a hole here, and I put a little mesh filter on the end of this hose, and I just dropped it through there. And that's the white drinking hose that comes into this pump, and the rest of it feeds our hose system. So you have a big reel, and that hose goes all the way through the garden into that sprayer. I don't know if you see it hanging there. So it makes it easy to go all over the garden. And the way you get to do that is because of this 100-watt solar panel. That's a Harbor Freight one. That's pretty good, actually. If you can find those Thunderbolt ones from Harbor Freight, they get great wattage. Those things are rated higher than they're trying to sell them at. And babe, would you hand me that wire? I made about 12 foot of wire that comes off that water pump so that we can move the solar panel around depending on where our sun is and what time of day she needs to water. So here we go. I'm gonna let her hold that. And we plug it up, and you hear the power on there.